Hey guys, Ryan here from Family Outdoor Channel. Just want to do a gardening video, kind of an update video. The first one probably of a series I'm going to do of how the garden's going. A lot of you may know and some may not, but I live in an apartment, so I have really very little space for my garden. So this year I've decided to do a lot of containers to save space, which I'll get into more of that further into the video. But first off, we'll start over here. I've got my green beans, which you can see I planted them last weekend. They're starting to come up. These are the Blue Lake pole variety, and I've got a stake at each end, one in the middle, and then I just run either some kind of a hemp string or jute twine or something in between for them to vine up through, and that's worked really good for me. Last year I grew the Kentucky pole beans, and they did really good that way, so that's what I'm going to do again this year. Here in front of them, I'll probably put my pinto beans. I had pretty good success with pinto beans last year. I'll probably grow them again this year. And you'll notice these bright orange stakes with some jute twine. That's just to kind of keep, put a border around. We have a lot of kids play around here, playing around. That's just to kind of keep them out of the garden. Just to show them to put an outline and border around the garden to keep them out so they don't step in the garden and get into stuff. Here, as I was talking about, container, I've got zucchini, squash zucchini. I've never grown it yet, but I'm going to try it, and I'm going to try it in a container, and as they get bigger, I will kind of stake these up for each one, and then tie them off so they can vine up. But these are really growing fast, and we love fried zucchini, so hopefully that'll do good, and that'll save a lot of space in my garden from having to have zucchini right into the garden. Here I have two containers. One is lettuce, one is onions. I decided to just grow them in the container. I've never really honestly had good luck with either one, lettuce or onions. So I'm going to try them in the container and see how that goes, because we love both lettuce and onions, the kids and me and my wife. So I really want to get some going and do good with them. So I'm going to try them in the containers and see how that goes, see if I have better luck with it. And in these two containers I have, I transplanted them from inside, a mixture of cabbage and lettuce that I transplanted from the cardboard egg cartons into flower pots and put them outside. They've been out here for about a week. They're still doing good. They've actually grown a little bit, so we'll see how those go. Hopefully they do good. And then, I got my watering can and stuff sitting here, but then over here is the main bigger part of my garden. It's about 18 feet long and about 4 foot wide, and I put the orange stakes all along the edge with some jute twine just to set out a border, like I said, to keep the kids out, establish a border, let them know where the garden is so they don't get in there. Right here I've got just a small container of some more onions. I'm trying to get going. I think there's one little pepper plant that popped up in there, but and right here in the main garden I have some onions. I don't know how well you can see that with the light there. I think you can see better now, but they've been out here for about a week and a half now, and they're still going. Some didn't make it, but most of the stronger ones did, which is normal. That's typical. And I've been using compost with everything I've planted, and they're still doing good. So hopefully we'll have good luck with these onions this year. Like I said, I have not had good luck with onions last year. And then right behind the onions here, right against the building, I have 1, 2 cucumber plants. I've had really good success with cucumbers. They're the pickling type cucumbers, which we like. They're really great. I've fried them like zucchini. I've actually made pickles with them that turn out great. I've used just an empty pickle jar with the pickle juice left over and sliced up cucumbers in the pickle size slices and put right in there, and within 2-3 weeks you can tell they turn green and look like pickles, and they taste just like pickles. They're really great. So that's something you guys might want to try that. It's really good. So but these are my cucumbers. I got 2 plants. I know a lot of people plant way more than that, but that's all we need, because these cucumbers really produce. I've noticed they really put out a lot of fruit, and so that's all we need for us. Then moving along, just so you guys know, this is just the early stages of my garden. I've got more stuff I'm going to transplant out here. I've got, like I said, pinto beans. I've got peppers that I haven't put out here yet. I've got flowers that I'm going to actually put in here to kind of fill in open areas. To kind of make things look good, look nice, and to help pollinate things. But anyway, moving along, I've got 4 tomato plants here. These are beefsteak tomatoes, and I actually used, if you look back at my repurposing video, I love to repurpose things, and these cages I've got around these right now are actually from like a restaurant. How if they do catering, they'll have a wire rack, and they'll put an aluminum pan in it with a little burner underneath. Well, I found some of these racks and just turned them upside down and made a tomato cage. And this should keep hopefully the deer, maybe even the rabbits out of it. Hopefully till they get established, get growing good. But I just transplanted these outside today, and as some of you may know, some of you may not know, but tomatoes will root from the stem. So what I did was, any of the lowest leaves on them, I picked them off and planted them down as low as the highest sets of healthy leaves. So they were actually higher, taller than they look, but I planted them down as deep as I could get them, so that gets you more root, which is actually better for the plant in the long run. And then moving on down here, I have 4 cucumber plants, or I'm sorry, cantaloupes. 4 cantaloupe plants here. I did pretty good with cantaloupe last year. Ended up with a few really good cantaloupe last year, so I'm growing them again this year. These are actually just grown from seed from a cantaloupe that we had from the store. You know, I didn't go and buy cantaloupe seed, guys. You don't have to buy seed all the time. You know, if you've got something that's not a hybrid, you can just go and buy the seed or buy the fruit and keep the seed, let it dry out, and you can use it, guys, and it will work. I've done it and it works. And my plan is to also save space with these. Is I'm going to stake them up in some type of trellis to kind of trellis these up. Also, I'm going to do the same thing with the cucumber because they will really spread out, and they will spread out farther than my fence here. So what I'm going to do is just kind of stake them up and let them vine up, you know, through the stakes and the trellis that way, and we'll see how that goes this year. That should work much better, and I'll have a lot more space in my garden for other things. And then finally, right now, excuse me, this pot here is about a 12-inch deep pot, and this is, they have not come up yet, but this is full of carrots. As some of you may know, carrots has to have really, really fine soil with no rocks, no weeds, nothing like that. And it's got to be really fine and tilled down deep to have good carrots. So I thought the best thing I could do, since I don't have a tiller and I have a small space, is to try them in a container with a potting soil and a compost mix. And so that's what I'm going to try this year, and I've got a couple different varieties in here. And like I said, I just planted these just a few days ago. They have not germinated yet, and I plan to do more updates on this series, so I'll show you more once they get germinated and start going. But hopefully I have good luck with these carrots. I haven't tried carrots yet, but hopefully they'll do good in this container. I've heard a lot of good things about container gardening, and so I'm going to try it because I don't have a lot of space, but there's a lot of vegetables that we like, and it can really save us a lot of money. So that's our plan. And you know, I've got pinto beans I'm going to put out still. I've got sweet peppers I'm still going to put out here, and I have zinnias and cornflowers I'm going to put out just to make things more pretty and fill in the open areas in the garden, and some daisies, and I've got some strawberries inside I'm working on. And so I just wanted to kind of give you guys an early look at my apartment garden. That's what I call it, my little apartment garden, and kind of give you some ways of how I'm working on saving space so I can get more out of my small area, because I don't, you know, as I said, I live in an apartment, so I don't have, you know, a whole lot of area to make a large garden, so I've got to get all the bang for my buck as I can. So this is what I'm going with. If you guys got any ideas or tips, tricks that may be helpful to me, comment and let me know. Like I said, this is the first time I'm trying this container thing, and actually this is only the about the second or third year I've been gardening, but I'm trying to be more self-reliant